Her Majesty and His Royal Highness began the third and last day of their tour of Nova Scotia by planting a tree on the grounds of Government House. The tree, an English oak, will commemorate their 3-day tour of Nova Scotia. To the sound of the bagpipes, the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh departed for the airport. During their visit to Nova Scotia, Her Majesty and His Royal Highness renewed old acquaintances and made many new ones. They shared with Canadians a significant commemoration of our Navy, showing once again how the Canadian record of service is a source of pride and inspiration for Canadians. Her Majesty and His Royal Highness began the next leg of the royal tour in Canada's National Capital Region. After arriving in Ottawa, they proceeded directly to a rededication of the Victoria Memorial Museum building, home of the Canadian Museum of Nature in downtown Ottawa. They were greeted by the Honourable James Moore, Minister of Canadian Heritage and Official Languages. The Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh honoured the efforts of volunteers and Canadians who care about preserving our national treasures and heritage buildings. Her Majesty and His Royal Highness received a tour of the Queen's Lantern, a glass replacement of the long-vanished 4-story stone tower.
This structural glass lantern.
Minister Moore then invited the Queen to unveil a plaque commemorating the dedication of the Queen's Lantern. After viewing the new water gallery, a river aquarium,
here, and as well if you look up here, this is all that's left of the whale's legs. Well,
and a 65-foot-long blue whale skeleton, Her Majesty and His Royal Highness listened to the Christ Church Cathedral Girls' Choir. And then signed the museum's guest book. Museum volunteers lined the exit route to say goodbye. Then, on their way to their car, Her Majesty and His Royal Highness paused to greet the crowds who had gathered outside the museum. Canadian culture was front and centre at the next event. The Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh visited the National Arts Centre. After remarks by Minister Moore and a song by the Montreal Jubilation Gospel Choir, accompanied by world-renowned Canadian jazz musician Oliver Jones, the Queen unveiled a bronze statue of Canadian jazz legend Oscar Peterson and met members of his family. A pianist, composer, and teacher, Oscar Peterson is considered one of the greatest jazz pianists of all time. He entertained audiences all over the world with his music and gave back to his community through his teaching. On their way back to the car, the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh stopped to greet the crowd. The Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh arrived at Rideau Hall, the official residence of Canada's Governor-General since 1867. The Queen was invited to plant a red oak tree to commemorate their visit to Canada. This Indigenous tree can be found in Canada from the north end of the Great Lakes east to Nova Scotia. This was the 5th tree the Queen has planted at Rideau Hall. Later, Her Majesty had a private audience with Prime Minister Stephen Harper. After her meeting with the Prime Minister, Her Majesty met members of the Senate and unveiled a design for the Diamond Jubilee window and a carved bust of Her Majesty that will be installed in the Senate. The window and bust, especially designed and executed by Canadian artists, will commemorate the Queen's Diamond Jubilee, the 60th anniversary of her reign, which will be celebrated in 2012, and that of Queen Victoria's, which was celebrated in 1897. This day concluded with a garden party at Rideau Hall. Her Majesty and His Royal Highness were introduced to Canadians from the National Capital Region who are making a difference in their communities through their involvement in business, the arts, volunteering, and more.
See you, sir. Thanks for coming.